Castleford, a side still buoyant after their Regal Trophy victory over Wigan, and they represent a very tough challenge indeed for last season's beaten Challenge Cup finalists Widnes. So it's Castleford against Widnes, quarter-final of the Silk Cut Challenge Cup, and our commentators Joe Lydon with Ray French.
As you say, Steve Kirk, the groundsman, and his willing band of helpers done a wonderful job with pitch clearance. Still plenty of snow around Castleford, and what could be a problem if it persists, fog. Let's just hope it doesn't interfere with tomorrow's quarter-final ties. Doncaster, conquerors of Oldham in the previous round, threatened to upset St Helens' hopes, and at Headingley the Leeds-Bradford tie is definitely on, and it's sure to attract, I think, one of the biggest crowds of the season. Cup holders Wigan were forced to stage a remarkable comeback there at the Boulevard, trailing by 21 points to 2 before pipping Hull by a point. Castleford easy winners at Keighley, while Widnes easing through at Norton Park. Many of these fans spent the last 2 days clearing the snow. No shortage of helpers, no shortage of support for Widnes too, and of course Castleford here at home. Richard Duckingfield spoke to both coaches a little earlier, John Joyner, the Castleford coach, but firstly he spoke to Phil Larder, the Widnes boss, who was very keen and confident of making a return to Wembley.
As you know, we went to Wembley last year, and we were pretty disappointed that we didn't win the cup. We enjoyed everything else about the occasion. We made a vow then to come back this year and to bring the cup back to our spectators.
I've said before, Widnes have always had this reputation as a good cup fighting side, as over the past few seasons the trophies has won shows, and I think it'd be no different today.
I don't think any coach, if he was being honest, would have wanted to come to Castleford at this stage of the competition. They are playing very, very well. But we always say that the answer to the game is in our dressing room.
We're under no illusions that Widnes are not going here to lie down. They're a very competitive team, they're very competitive players, and we know we'll be, as I say, we'll have to be on top form.
We are treating this game as if it's a test match. It's the most important game of the season. Our mental approach this week and throughout the season for this game has been excellent. We are very, very determined, very committed. All the players are prepared to delve very, very deeply, and you will see a very determined and very gutsy performance from my team.
It's 8 years since Castleford last won the Challenge Cup against Hull KR. They had a taste of Wembley 2 seasons ago, but they also tasted defeat against Wigan. Widnes were runners-up to Wigan last year, but they have developed a habit of faltering at the final stages. 6 third-round and semi-final losses in 8 seasons. The players coming out a little earlier. David Smith and Darren Wright there back after 3 months. Hadley and Myers, Big Moriarty, Bobby Goulding as confident as ever. Cassini Faimalo, Andy Ireland, the tall prop from the Goulburn Amateur Club. David Hume, the skipper, always a competitor at half-back, and a good following of the Widnes fans. Castleford, a fierce to be reckoned with here at home. St John Ellis, Middleton, Richie Blackmore from New Zealand, he'll be used to this snow. Grant Anderson, Tony Kemp, Ketteridge and Smears, and Tawera Nikau, the game breaker for Castleford. Castleford's late entry into rugby league in 1926 means that they've only met Widnes 4 times in the Challenge Cup, and their fans will take no delight in that record, the visitors winning all 4 tries. Castleford skipper Lee Crooks makes a welcome return after enjoying a rest last weekend, and if he can help win this pack battle, then there's plenty of firepower in that 3-quarter line. Over 68 tries this season from Ellis, Blackmore, Anderson and Middleton. Widnes coach Phil Larder feels the strongest side of the season. Only powerful Welsh wing John Devereux is missing. Myers taking over in the number 2 role. By Marlow, Moriarty and Coloto sure to be a threat up front. Two very experienced skippers. Lee Crooks, 4 times a Wembley finalist with Hull and Castleford, and David Hume, 14 seasons at Widnes and over 400 matches in the black and white jersey. A model professional. And no stranger to grandstand viewers this season is Wigan referee John Connolly. Once a promising amateur player, now at 34 years of age, a leading referee. And Joe, your home is normally Wembley at this time of the year. Who do you fancy?
I think it's going to be a very, very interesting game. Obviously, Castleford are running hot with the form at the moment, but Widnes are a determined cup side, as mentioned earlier, and I think it's going to be a very interesting game, especially in the opening minutes.
And in these opening minutes, they're being played out there in the heaviest part of the pitch. The groundsmen were on there putting sand down to soak up the damp. And Mr. Connolly judging a forward pass. Possibly one or two of these players have difficulty on this heavy pitch, and that is a big difference there in the pack. Over a stone a man with Widnes superiority. Could tell in the loose play, Joe.
It could, yes, and it's going to be a battle of the packs early on. I think Castleford later will look to get the backs going and try and score a few tries out wide, but it's going to be the forward play early on that will determine this game.
Widnes then straight into the attack with Goulding making the play there for Faimalo. Powerful Kiwi. Widnes driving to the line. Good defence there from Ian Smales and Lee Crooks. Goulding again at the hub of things. Puts that high kick in. Oh, Myers is underneath it. So is Stuart Spruce. But Mr. Connolly adjudging a knock-on.
It's worth a try in the early minutes there. Bobby Goulding putting the kick in deep into the corner.
Played together since schoolboys, these two, Goulding and Myers, and often do that trick kick speciality at Widnes. I've seen them score 2 or 3 tries. Middleton coming away with the ball. Be a lot of work for these forwards in these heavy conditions. Lee Crooks, Castleford skipper, he'll relish these conditions. Tony Kemp, Nick Howe. And another penalty. This time for a high tackle against David Smith. Keep them down, says Mr. Connolly.
This is where Tianico likes to run out wide. Smith just going a little bit high there. It was a good tackle around the legs, but Smith went high and resulted in a penalty.
Castleford, 4 times winners of this Challenge Cup. Runners up to Wigan, 91-92. Oh, seems to be a little bit of nerves about there, Joe. Missed kicks and fumbles.
Yeah, somebody's going to get on top of the game. You know, there's been a few cases where the ball's gone to ground, but it's a steadying period now. They've got to settle down and concentrate on playing the football.
And another fumble, but still picked up by Bobby Goulding, and sensible kick by Goulding keeps Widnes moving forward, keeps them on the attack in that 20-metre area. Made an impressive start into the game with Bobby Goulding with 6 test caps. No way through for St John Ellis, number 2 for Castleford. And Graham Steadman just allowing his pack to reform, to reshuffle. It really is very, very hard work down there. If Widnes can contain Castleford in that quarter. Crooks. Ooh, a ferocious shoulder charge there on Crooks from David Smith. Looking for the kick from Tony Kemp. Not a kick really designed to find touch, but just look at that, Joe, to pen Widnes down in that area, isn't it?
Yeah, Castleford have to chase well the conditions. The right-hand side of the pitch, as we look at it, is going to cut up very badly later on. So Castleford will be looking to play Widnes down the other side of the field.
Andy Ireland just made his debut in the Widnes side last season, had a good run this year, former Goulburn amateur. And Goulding again, the kick charged down, picked up by Middleton, but a good tackle by Bobby Goulding. He looks very lively, does Goulding at the moment. Looks very keen, very eager to get to Wembley. Castleford second favourites to lift the Challenge Cup behind Wigan. And Widnes, Joe, surprisingly at 28-1 to lift the cup. I mean, I can never remember a price like that.
No, it is quite surprising, and especially when you look at the past records of Wembley and other cup competitions, they're always there or thereabouts, and it is long odds for a team like Widnes.
Castleford then on the attack. And a very good high kick. That's a tester for Spruce. Oh, he's up to it. Good catch, good jump by Stuart Spruce.
Actually, his confidence a lot of good early on to take a high ball like that, keep his eyes on the ball and collect it safely.
David Myers. Stuart Spruce, capped with England. And number 4, Darren Wright, making a welcome return to the Widnes ranks. Oh, and a fierce run by Faimalo to Myers, and it's Widnes really putting the pressure on the home side. Goulding, David Hume, the skipper, elects to kick, but it's a wild one. It's out on the full. I think he would have been better advised to keep that ball moving. So, scrum down.
David Hume seemed to be separated really from his three-quarter line there. His options were limited. Went for the kick downfield, but a little bit too long and straight in touch.
Trying to launch Nicow. Castleford making inroads down that right flank there with St Janellis, number 2. Ford again at the hub of things to Ketteridge. Done very well since he moved from the second row, this number 10 up front prop. Stedman, Nicow. Oh, that's a hint of a dummy, but it's a forward pass. No point continuing. Firm decision there from John Connolly. And I think to where a Nicow knows. There was a hint of a half dummy before the pass.
Makes the half break here, just pops the ball round the back of the defender. It was slightly forward. But Widnes must be frightened to death there. They've been all attacking. Suddenly Castleford get in their half and have a first scoring chance.
Mr. Connolly just having a word with Paul Moriarty and Ketteridge to keep away from any trouble. And quite direct. If you want to mess about, he says, I'll shift you. Widnes ball. The ball straight through. In theory, Joe, this ball must go down the middle of the tunnel, mustn't it?
In theory, but it's not often in practice we see that happen, Ray.
Widnes then in possession. Hammond to Spruce. Plenty of pace as this Widnes fullback, Stuart Spruce. Darren Wright, been troubled for 3 months with ligament trouble. Paul Moriarty, the big Welshman from Swansea, gets the ball to David Hume. Oh, tremendous break. He's got to Myers. Just can't make it. Good cover there by Mike Ford, acting as the sweeper, but it's Widnes on the attack to McCurry. Oh, from Paul Hume to Spruce. Again, good cover by Castleford and Richie Blackmore. And Kemp, these two Castleford half-backs sweeping behind the first line of defence. But it's touch. And that was good defence by Castleford, Joe. Copybook half-back tackling on either wing.
On 2 occasions there, Widnes had made the break. Stedman got back on the first occasion, then they used the sliding defence on the second occasion just to push Widnes wider and wider until eventually they get them into touch.
Mike Ford, number 7, scrum half, continuing the tradition for half-backs here at Castleford in the days of Hepworth and Hardesty and Millward. Ian Smales. Kemp looks for Nicow out wide, finds him, an even longer pass there to Middleton. One or two of the Castleford fans a little irate at the holding down by Widnes, but I don't think so much wrong with it. Quick play the ball there, Richard Russell. Plenty of pace, this hooker, number 9, once a half-back with Wigan and Oldham. Graham Steadman, the ball just staying dead there, a very heavy pitch. Not been much bounce in the ball this afternoon. Myers. David Smith. And injuries. Tawera Nicow having attention. And certainly that would be a big blow if Tawera Nicow were forced to leave the field.
He was involved with the tackling. It will be a worry for the Castleford coaching staff if he has to leave the field, because he is such an important part of the team. It's not possible really to see what happened there, but he's obviously in a lot of pain.
It could be a shoulder injury, Joe, or a rib injury. He was caught underneath that tackle, wasn't he?
Yes, it was David Myers who was clearing the ball from his own line, helping his forwards out, and Nicow went low in the tackle.
As we can see here, Nicow, he goes in, he puts the shoulder in. His left arm seems to be trapped underneath there. And certainly some concern there down for Nicow. And the stretcher coming on, always a very sad sight in any sport.
Myers running it out. Nicow goes in with the shoulder to tackle him. It must be something in the shoulder area, because to go down like that and to need the stretcher, he was in pain, you know, right from the outset of that tackle, and unfortunately it looks like he'll have to leave the field.
And the substitute for Castleford, Andy Hay, warming up. Good youngster, very experienced this season, has been introduced by the Castleford coach John Joyner on numerous occasions, but of course hardly with the experience of that man there, Tawera Nicow. Mr. Connolly sensibly giving the physiotherapist and the attendants all the time in the world to attend to Tawera Nicow. I mean, this player has been a real influence at Castleford in recent seasons, Joel, hasn't he?
Yes, and this season in particular, I thought his form's been excellent. He likes to get out wide, he likes to run at the backs, and he has the speed and the size to cause damage no matter who he plays against, and it'll be a sad loss for the Castleford team to see him leave the field.
And I'm sure John Joyner, in his first season as coach here at Weldon Road, he'll be concerned about this situation. And both doctors from the Widnes Club and the Castleford Club in attendance there. So let's just hope that Tawera Nicow is not too bad. And a great round of applause from both Castleford spectators and the Widnes fans for one of the best loose forwards in world rugby, Tawera Nicow from New Zealand. And Widnes forced to defend here while Castleford regroup the scrum. I think it'll be Ian Smales there to continue at loose forward with Andy Hay in the second row. And the scrum to Tony Kemp. Oh, a good ball to Richie Blackmore, but that was an equally good tackle across again by David Hume, but it's still Castleford on the attack. Smales just couldn't get the pass away, but 5 metres from that Widnes line. The substitutes, number 14. Castleford's Crooks driving in. Graham Steadman there looking for that slip passing support. Richard Russell, he'll want a good clean play the ball forward to Kemp. He's got Blackmore on this side. He's proving a handful, is this big powerful Kiwi, this number 4 for Castleford.
It was Widnes here who come up with the ball on the turnover. David Myers, terrible mistake to make on your own line. First tackle and spills the ball.
Kemp to Grant Anderson. Oh, Anderson! Oh, he's just held by the jersey. Grant Anderson spotted the gap, held by the jersey, but it's Castleford driving in here now. 5 metres from the Widnes line. Lee Crooks, she's got Hay outside him. He gets into Blackmore. Still Castleford continuing the pressure. They'll want to move this ball out wide now. Ketteridge. Richard Russell thought he'd spotted a gap, but he hadn't. It was quickly sealed by Andy Ireland. Back to Steadman. The little grubber kick through there. It's covered. Adrian Hadley getting down well there, the big Welshman.
Good tactical kick here from Graham Steadman. Turns the back line round. Hadley had to force the ball over the dead ball line. It'll be resulting in a dropout by Widnes under their own sticks.
So the dropout underneath the post, because of course Hadley knocked the ball dead, but it's still no respite for Widnes as Hay picks it up on the 20-metre area. And Richard Duckingfield down there on the bench, any news?
Yes, the news, Ray, of Tuere Nikau, and it's why everybody was so concerned, is that it is a neck injury. He was taken from the field, as you saw, on a stretcher. He was immobilised, and they put a neck brace on as a precaution. He's not been taken to hospital as yet.
Oh, and there's the first try of the match! Crooks streaking through, and Tony Morrison going in under the post. It was started by Lee Crooks, but this lad, Tony Morrison, what a bargain buy he was. £30,000 from Swinton. He's repaid every penny of that with that try. Castleford 4, Widnes 0. Good support play from the powerful running second row there.
It is good support play, and why not? When you have the play of Lee Crooks' quality, drops inside off Mike Ford here, able to get the ball away to Morrison in support, and a great try to start off the game for Castleford.
And the attempt from Lee Crooks. What looks like a simple kick, but of course, in these heavy conditions on this surface, not the best for approaching the ball. But he's a powerful man. He can give it a powerful whack. He does, and he takes the 2 points. So Castleford in the lead, 6 points to 0. Shrugging off the Nikau injury.
Castleford have regrouped well here after Nikau going off, but put these 6 points down to Lee Crooks' skills. Slips the ball lovely to Morrison there to get him over the line for the try, and then takes the kick himself, the 2 points, 2 extra points to make it 6 points to 0.
This is copybook forward play, the big, powerful prop and the support play from the second row, in the right position at the right time. And the mist just coming down a little more here now, possibly causing further problems for the players. Ian Smales, one of a growing band of centres who move into the second row, Joe.
He can play throughout the team, really. He's got the skills, he's got the size as well, and he also has speed. He's been a great asset for Castleford.
Tony Kemp. Ketteridge. Almost took Richard Russell by surprise. And Graham Steadman trying to take Stuart Spruce by surprise, but not so. Adrian Hadley looking for some action here. Welsh Rugby League wing and former Welsh Rugby Union wing, Adrian Hadley. And Stuart Spruce taking a knock. Bobby Goulding trying to bring Carl Hammond inside. But again, that good tackling there from number 9, Richard Russell. David Hume just looking to edge into that Castleford half. Back to Goulding. Middleton. Castleford in the lead and the territorial possession, Joe.
Yeah, Castleford have been making the right decisions. They're good decision makers on defence and attack when the opportunities come to score tries are there, but also when Widnes are attacking, they make the right decisions in defence and force Widnes to kick on a couple of occasions.
Lee Crooks again at first receiver, been in inspirational form this season.
And the news from the Widnes bench on Stuart Spruce is that he has an ankle injury. Alan McCurry says that he's going to leave him on the field for the time being, see if it runs off. He's not planning to replace him just yet.
And a tester there for Adrian Hadley. But he does very well. He gets out of problems. And of course this heavy pitch is bad for causing ankle injuries, Joe, isn't it?
Yeah, you tend to twist your ankles. Just, you know, the footing underneath just gives a little bit and it does cause problems. You can easily tear ligaments.
Assini Faimalo, former Wellington Rugby League player from the famous Upper Hook club down there. McCurry to Ireland. Widnes, I think, trying to use this weight advantage in the pack. To Hammond. Nice weaving, sidestepping run, but not a lot of ground gain there by the Widnes youngster. Bobby Goulding. Graham Steadman sizing up the situation, pitching up nicely. £170,000 buy, number 1 there for Cass, Graham Steadman. Great Britain Test player. Mike Ford to Lee Crooks. Ford and Crooks controlling things here, and Lee Crooks certainly taking some pulling down. Ford again, looks for Smales. These second row, Smales and Morrison running very well off Crooks and Ford.
That's right, Crooks has got the experience, you know, he'll take the hard yards in the middle. Maybe not as quick as he used to be, but he still has all the skills. And if he can bring the second rows on like Morrison, then the gaps are going to appear.
Stuart Spruce under difficulties with that ankle injury. Well, David Smith wanting to get on with the game. The Castleford crowd didn't like the way he pulled off their favourite, but Mr. Connon has allowed it. Faimalo. I think Widnes really could do with 1 or 2 charges down the middle with these big men. Paul Hume losing the ball, picked up by Kemp. A big man for a half-back is Tony Kemp. Graham Steadman just showing that blistering pace that the Great Britain fullback has. It's Castleford on the attack again. Out to Kemp. Really testing this Widnes defence. Ford again, sensing there could be something on the blind side. The little chip through. Oh, it's just saved over there by Stuart Spruce again. That Widnes fullback did very well to get across there.
Castle playing with so much confidence in defence and attack. They're making the right decisions, as we mentioned earlier. But when they get the ball, they're attacking the Widnes line. And if they can't make that half break, then they'll put the ball on the floor. and turn Widnes defence around.
Graham Steadman's certainly seen plenty of action. Likes to link up from the full-back position. Didn't like that tackle. Simon Middleton. Plenty of pace in this Castleford side. Forward to Kemp. Ooh, that was lost by Blackmore. And already we can see the pressure there on that Widnes side, Joe.
Yeah, Castleford attacking them and making them make those tackles. I'm sure that'll be the way Castleford want to continue as well.
Andy Ireland. I think Widnes would do well, Joe, I don't know what you think, to hold the ball in the forwards for a while, to settle it down. They've got some big men who could make inroads, like Moriarty here.
They have got big men, but if they make mistakes like that, Castleford will keep coming up with the ball. And once again, we're in Widnes territory.
Lee Crooks, one man who is making inroads into this Widnes defence. He's pulling in 2 or 3 defenders all the time when he takes that ball at first receiver. That makes a gap out wide. Let's see if Castleford can use it now. That long ball to Hay. He's got Kemp outside him. He can't take it. Good decision by Mr. Connolly, playing on. Adrian Hadley picking up the ball. And Carl Hammond coming to his assistance. Still Widnes trailing by 6 points to 0. That try from Tony Morrison. And the mist and fog creeping in here, becoming, I think, more difficult for referee John Connolly. But certainly, Joe, I think the cold and the damp is having more effect with the handling.
Yeah, possibly a little bit of nerves as well. Castleford seem to have settled better on the ball. They're playing, as I said before, with confidence, and they're trying things, and things are coming off for them.
Kemp. Well, whatever the conditions, certainly it's not hampering the quality of the rugby. Superb rugby, especially from Castleford on the attack. Moving this ball around. Russell. One of many half-backs now moving into the hooking role. And a penalty. Mr. Connolly says, I'll not tell you again, holding the player down.
But quite sloppy in the tackle here. 5 mile low, and I think it was Ireland in the tackle, or Smith, sorry. All over the Castleford player there, resulting in the penalty and a kickable chance here for Lee Crooks.
Yes, David Smith, the gentleman who has allowed Crooks to have this chance of a goal. Holding down at the tackle. It was a directive to the referees earlier this season, and most of them seem to have applied it. None more so than this gentleman here today, Mr. Connolly. And this gentleman hoping to take advantage, Lee Crooks. Again, no easy kicks in these weather conditions. It's a tricky kick. Lee Crooks. No, it's going to swing to the right of the post. Play on. And well picked up there by Paul Hume. And again, the penalty for the same offence, for holding on at the tackle, this time to Widnes.
Paul Hume did well to clear the ball here. Tries to get to his feet to play a quick ball to an half-back, and the referee decides it's a penalty for holding down just that split second too long.
Not a lot of penalties really conceded when we think of conditions like this, and a cup tie as fierce and as intense as this one is. Andy Ireland, very tall for a prop forward, build more of a second row, but done a good job in the Chemics pack. Mr. Connolly getting that Castleford defence right back, moving it out wide there now. Faimalo. Short, mincing step, powerful man. Former Kiwi Test player, number 12, Faimalo. David Hume. David Myers out here on the wing was calling to the kick. I don't think David Hume realised. And a penalty there, a penalty against Bobby Goulding, because I think they were questioning, Joel, whether it was the 5th or the 6th tackle.
Well, David Hume certainly didn't know that it was the last tackle. He took the ball in expecting there was one more for the kick to go in. I think Bobby Goulding must have said something to the referee, obviously politely asking him, was it the last tackle?
He certainly did. Here we see David Hume. He's not the sort of player who would make a mistake and misjudge a tackle, but he has done. Ian Smales.
And from the dressing rooms, there's very good news of Tuera Nikau. The injury is not nearly as serious as it might have been. He's quite well. He may even resume, and the neck brace he was wearing when it's taken off has been thrown down on the ground, cover sheets alongside me.
Well, I think that's good news indeed for all fans. Tony Morrison. And Lee Crooks attempted to drop, but it was charged down. Back to one, says Mr. Connolly. St. John Ellis trying to weave his way through. The league's top try scorer, number 2. 28 tries this season. And an injury to Ian Smales. Another back row forward for Cass. Ketteridge. But good defence here from Widnes. Richard Russell trying to squeeze through. Closer to that Widnes line. To Ford. The dummy run from Morrison. But I wonder whether Ian Morrison was expected to get that ball, Joe. It looked like a dummy run move to me.
I think they planned that, yes, but it was just a fraction forward. You see Ford coming across the field here now. I think the Widnes team expected him to be a dummy runner. Takes the ball, but it was just a fraction forward.
These moves amongst the forwards, they've really got to be precise. Widnes runners-up to Wigan last season at Wembley. Oh, and a good burst by Stuart Spruce now then. Has he got the pace to go all the way? He's making a good effort. Oh, what a superb tackle across field there by Ellis, but it's still Widnes driving in. Suddenly, from defence to attack. Bobby Goulding trying to move it to this right wing. David Hume by Marlowe. Castleford recovered the composure. Widnes don't want to get caught in that heavy patch. Goulding again with the dummy, tries to get it to Hadley. Oh, he's in touch. That left leg of Adrian Hadley causing that yellow flag to rise.
It's good Castleford defence, this. St. John Ellis turned round and caught Spruce after that great break he made. And then he said they composed themselves, formed that defensive line and just managed to force Widnes on the outside.
Tony Kent coming away. Castleford sensibly using their forwards, just holding the ball. They are in the lead, 6 points to 0. Nothing silly wanted from the men in yellow. And a knock on.
Well, that's just what they didn't want. He said nothing silly, a little knock on there. Gives Widnes really one of the first chances they've had to get into the territory. You see that on the screen there. Get into the Castleford territory and try and put a move on.
Here's a chance of a move, a run around. Switch with David Myers coming in. But the ball, well, it was thrown forward. It was knocked on by the Castleford player there, Richie Blackmore.
Dave Myers tried to slip the ball in the tackle. Blackmore came through, saw the opportunity, but just couldn't hold on to the ball.
There's an argument going on there as Mr. Connolly has a word with his touch judge, Mr. Leyland. Widnes head and ball. Well, a little fortunate, I think. It looked a forward pass in the first place. Then the knock on there from Richie Blackmore. So Widnes continue on the attack with David Hume. They've lost it, and Ian Spears picks it up. Now then, he's a pacey forward, but he loses it. It really is very, very difficult conditions here for the players. Real problems for handling.
That's right, Ray. The mud and the cold must be making it difficult to keep hold of this ball. He was looking to try and get the pass over the top, but it was knocked down out of his hand, and yet another scrum.
Widnes then back in possession. Hammond out to Hadley. Good battle on that wing over there with Blackmore and the big man Hadley, and his centre Hammond. And another hazard here this afternoon at Weldon Road. We have rain coming down now. So snow, fog and rain. But this is what the Cup is all about. You have to contend with these conditions if you want to arrive at Wembley. David Hume, a sensible kick, keeping it low, wanting to keep that pack moving forward. And it really is difficult for the players, Joe, isn't it?
It is difficult. That was an option really left up to David Hume then to put the ball to boot and kick it down the field and look for the touch finder. Castleford are defending well and certainly limiting Widnes' options.
Simon Middleton, Castleford fourth in the championship race, Widnes in 11th. But as Phil Larder said earlier, their mission is this Challenge Cup, the Silk Cut Challenge Cup. Ketteridge. All the time and I think that ball was ripped out of his grasp. That you cannot do. So another penalty to Castleford. And the tap, trying to take Widnes by surprise. Lee Crooks. Russell. Kemp. Andy Hay, the social, gets a good pass there to Tony Kemp. He's got support outside him. Oh yes! Superb effort there! Superb support from Mike Ford. That's where the half-back should be. I mentioned some classy half-backs for Castleford from the 60s. Roger Millward, Alan Hardisty and Keith Hepworth. And that was a try, just like they used to do. Wonderful effort, the break was made and the half-back was there in support.
The substitute here, Andy Hay, runs hard and straight, slips the ball round the back, just like Lee Crooks. Good step from Kemp, draws Spruce in the full-back, and there's Ford where he should be on the outside, supporting to go underneath the post for a great try.
Another goal attempt from Lee Crooks. Lee Crooks looking to influence Great Britain coach Mal Reilly and possibly win a place in the side to face France in a few weeks' time. 2 points. So Castleford moving out further, 12 points to 0.
This is later on in the move where Kemp steps, and then he draws it Spruce into him, and there's Mike Ford on his outside. That's a great try and a crucial one just before half-time too.
And here we see that the break and the scrum half, that's where he should be, on hand to pick up those tries. Wingman St Janellis, possibly a little cold out there on the right wing, coming in for the action. And a man who's seen plenty of action there, Ketteridge. Russell to Crooks again. Penalty. High tackle by Steve McCurry, young Widnes hooker.
Mr. Connolly judging that it was high above the collar, and it was just one arm.
Castleford making light of just the one penalty, but it's still Castleford moving forward. The crowd roared knock on. I think some of the players shouted knock on, but Mr. Connolly, he didn't blow his whistle. Half of the team stopped. Morrison. And it's Ford again, switching play. Ford, he's got Grant Anderson outside him, but a good tackle. Good tackle there by Darren Wright. Doesn't relieve the pressure. Ford again, sweeping it along to Crooks. Well held. The fifth tackle. Russell. Play on with Mr. Connolly. And Paul Hume gratefully accepts. Into injury time now, but of course we had a considerable stoppage for that neck injury to Castleford loose forward to Nikau. Paul Moriarty. Again, another Widnes player coming back from injury problems. David Hume seeking to force Simon Middleton on the back foot. Good support play there from Faimalo. St Janellis. Richard Russell, the switch there to Ketteridge. Oh, the pass deflected. Well picked up there by Widnes. Bobby Goulding trying to put that long kick in for Stuart Spruce. With Spruce, and look who's back there again. Number 7, Mike Ford. That's good sweeper play.
He has read that well. I think it's been a ploy of Widnes to try and kick the ball early in the tackle count and turn Castleford round, but unfortunately they just haven't had the ball on enough occasions to do it successfully.
And the problem is, Joe, a kick down to this area, it's very, very heavy. The ball's just stopping dead, isn't it? It's not rolling.
There's no running the ball at all, and it's not going into the in-goal area, which is what Widnes want.
Crooks again. No, that was a clever pass to Tony Kemp. It's given him space. Kemp's got support again on the side from Stedman. Back to Kemp. Oh, but a good cover tackle. Good Widnes cover tackle there from the skipper, David Hume. But it's still Castleford using it on this fifth tackle. Lee Crooks puts the chip to the corner. Oh, and Middleton's there. But not allowed, not allowed. Bounced, says Mr. Connolly. So, no try. And Bobby Goulding just bringing to Mr. Connolly's attention an incident following this try, but play on, says referee Connolly.
It was a near try. We saw there on the monitor, then on the replay. It was worth the attempt to the kick into the corner. But Mr. Connolly judged that he just bounced the ball down rather than running it properly.
And suddenly, passions aroused between these two sides. Oh, the temperature going up there. Fierce clash there between Morrison and Paul Moriarty. Leaves Moriarty there in pain on the floor. And there is the half-time hooter.
Mr. Connolly actually got in the way there. John Connolly, he couldn't get out of the way and let the play continue. But a good first half.
And I think both sets of players, and I think Mr. Connolly will welcome the half-time hooter. Good, fierce first 40 minutes in this Silk Challenge Cup tie. It was just getting a little heated, getting a little warm then. It'll get warmer in that second half. Castleford 12, Widnes 0.
Twelve points to 0 as we get set for the second half in the company of Joe Lydon and Ray French.
Referee John Connolly there just sent the message in that he wants the two teams out. Perhaps the final say-so by Phil Larder, and that mist creeping in. It's swirling around here at Weldon Road. It's certainly made life difficult for this Widnes side. I think one of their problems has been the lack of sure handling, but they're only 12 points down. They've got tremendous traditions, 7 times Challenge Cup winners. I've seen Famalo there, McCurry.
Penalties have been a big factor, obviously, but handling errors as well. Both sides can, I mean, Widnes have 8 errors to Castleford's 9, and I think it is the conditions coupled with hard-hitting defence that have caused those fumbles.
Possession pretty even, but of course Castleford here have taken the 2 chances and grabbed the 2 tries. Richie Blackmore, Morrison there, the try scorer. A lot of work from that man there, Ian Smales, and a lot of work from that man there, John Connolly. And here's the first try for Castleford.
It was Mike Ford going across the field, drawing the defence to him, and then putting Lee Crooks through the gap. We mentioned his ball handling skills, Lee Crooks. He was able to get the pass away, and there was Morrison on his inside to score the try. This is the second try where Kemp goes through the gap after a lovely pass by substitute Hay. Draws Spruce in the full-back and Mike Ford on his inside. Great support for a great try.
And here was the try that was the non-event. It was a nice chip kick by Lee Crooks, but no, we can see with that left hand there, the ball was bounced. But like a good wingman, Joe, he'll claim it.
Oh yeah, he tried his best there. He knew that he hadn't got it down really, but it was worth a shout.
And as we can see, this fog becoming thicker here at Weldon Road, and as I mentioned earlier on, Widnes' problem, holding possession. Paul Moriarty losing the ball there. So Castleford back on the attack in this second half, leading 12 points to 0. And substitutes, Ruane for Stuart Spruce. Spruce still troubled with that ankle injury. And it's Castleford's turn now to attack on the seashore. Forward to Kemp, bringing Morrison inside again, having a big influence on this game, this tall, powerful second row, number 11 for Cass. Ian Smales puts that switch into Kemp. Grant Anderson. A little too deep. And Tawera Nekau happily recovered from that bang to the neck, and who knows, he may be back in action. Any problem there from Stuart Spruce will no doubt be ironed out. Goulding, McCurry, Paimalo. Any suggestions for Widnes, Joe?
Well, the first priority is to keep hold of this ball. We mentioned it throughout the game that they've lost too much possession, and I think they've also revised the tactics of kicking early in the tackle count. They'll try and put a little bit more pressure on the Castleford team and run the ball at them rather than kick it.
They've been kicking the ball a little low to the ground, haven't they? And it hasn't really been going along the ground.
That's right, Ray. It hasn't been travelling the distance they wanted. and it's enabled Castleford to come straight back at them.
Offside. John Connolly having no hesitation there. 1, 2, 3 Castleford men offside, and it's first real chance for Widnes to take some points. And I think Bobby Goulding very sensible here, Joe, to take 2 points at this early stage.
Well, they're 12 points behind, and if they could get this kick over, it would mean they're in the shout of clawing their way back towards Castleford's scoreline and maybe getting in front.
Bobby Goulding forsaking the sand, using a disc to kick from, like the American footballers, almost like a golf tee. There we see the red disc. It's amazing how the modern day kicker use the sand or use the tee, but of course with boots like they were now, they're almost like carpet slippers. There's no steel toe cap as of old. They do need a lift to get the instep underneath that ball. Let's see if Bobby Goulding can get the goal. It's a decent shot, but no, it's just underneath that crossbar. And I think that's a drop out beneath the post. It is.
It just didn't quite have the distance. The accuracy was there. I think the problem for kickers today is the non-kicking foot. With the conditions being so wet and slippy underfoot, then it's hard to be sure when you're planting that non-kicking foot that you're going to strike the ball correctly.
And there we see Graham Steadman trying his best to get across that line. Tackled behind it, and under the laws, a drop out. Adrian Hadley. Big Welshman, but no way through there. Once again, good defence from Hay, the substitute, and Kemp. And David Ruane, signed from Lee this season. David Smith. Widnes switching the point of attack. Faimalo running strongly, but just not piercing the cover. Ruane, and that should go back to 6 tackles. It was touched by a Castleford man. But this is a tremendous defence by Castleford, Jim.
Yeah, throughout the game they've been pushing Widnes back, really. And in from defence turned it into attack, really.
Strong run by Moriarty. Goulding trying to open up things on the outside. He's a powerful lad. Oh, and he gets that ball away well. Well, that was strength from the Widnes scrum half. And here he is again, to David Hume. Hammond. Another youngster just making his way in this Widnes side, former England Schools Rugby League player. Andy Ruane. And Widnes proving more lively now in this second half. Putting the pressure at last on Castleford. Oh, and that kick really put some pressure on it. Steadman's underneath it, but Widnes have picked it up. And it's a penalty. It's no try. Offside and pushing the Castleford defender. Castleford interfered with behind the line, so no try.
Graham Steadman, who called for the ball, referee John Connolly judging the Widnes play, just pushed him off the ball before he had the chance to catch it.
And here we can see the ball is very, very high. Graham Steadman's underneath it, but he is interfered with. And that was what we were saying, Joe, that high kick certainly causing more problem for Castleford than the long ones along the floor.
Yeah, you have more chance of, Castleford making a mistake if the ball's put in the air. But that was a good piece of play from Widnes, probably the best set of 6 tackles that they've had during the game.
Bobby Goulding directing operations behind the scrum. And I think with this mist and fog about, certainly a good high ball, well, the full-back could lose sight of it. Forward. Smales. Mike Ford just testing Ruane. Ruane's up to the test. Adley. And that's how difficult it is for a full-back when that ball is coming down.
And from the touchline, Phil Loud, the Widnes coach, has told his players that they've got to cut out the basic errors that they've been making, that they've given away possession in too many vital areas. Otherwise, he's satisfied with the defence, and he's very satisfied with their efforts.
As McCurry makes a little bit of a dash from the acting half-back position. Good yardage, and that's what Widnes need, just to get the momentum, the forward movement into the Castleford half of the field.
And the powerful Tongan, Imosi Kaloto, coming on for Paul Moriarty. The last time we were here actually at Weldon Road when Widnes won a Challenge Cup back in '89, it was that man who caused the damage. And Widnes using this ball better now in midfield, keeping it close. Bobby Goulding in the centre, and Hume to Kaloto. That's a good pass to Darren Wright. Here's a chance on the outside. Hammond back inside to Wright. That was good play, and that was good linking by the powerful Tongan second row. Oh, and edging nearer. Suddenly now, Widnes calling the shots here, but once again, Joe, possession.
Yes, you have to keep hold of that ball. There's no way they're going to score points and come back into the game if they just keep turning the ball over. But it was better play from Widnes to stop the Castleford sliding defence on that movement by bringing the ball back inside.
Good effort here from last season's Silk Cup, Challenge Cup runners-up Widnes. Not letting Castleford run away with this game, still just 12 points to 0. Crooks. Powerful on the charge there at first receiver. And Mike Ford making good use of the kick on this fifth tackle. Rowan. Beat Ford well. Adley. Good support play there from the Welshman. Widnes certainly using their big forwards now to good effect. Imosi Kaloto, tremendous recovery from a very serious neck injury, was advised not to play again, but here he is. And a penalty again to Widnes. Lee Crooks holding him down again.
Referee, I think, giving him 3 chances here to get up. Lee was holding him down, both Lee Crooks. And the resulting penalty now. The chance now for Widnes to have another shot at goal. I'm sure Bobby Goulding will try his best to get this one over.
And Lee Crooks just requiring a little treatment. I think nothing more than perhaps mud in the eyes and a chance for a rest. Goulding once again looking to take advantage of Crooks' misdemeanour. Bobby Goulding looking for Widnes' first points of the afternoon, and he finds them. So at last, Widnes something for all their efforts. Something to warm those fans. 12-2 for Castleford. And there's a big difference in this second half, Joe.
Yes, Widnes are playing a lot better in the second half. The determination's not been a question throughout the game, but now they're controlling the ball a little more, and they're also getting a territorial advantage, which makes things a lot easier.
Tim Steadman with the kick, using a high ball. Oh, and well taken there by Kaloto. Got very good hands as this powerful Tongan. Oh, well, that's a commentator's nightmare. And he's dropped it. Three men, Castleford there in defence, driving in, trying to push Widnes back over that line to get a drop out. They would then get possession, but a good run there by Ruane. By Marlowe, just looking to gain yards. Bobby Goulding. Really, I don't think Bobby Goulding was back deep enough there, Joe.
No, but it worked well for Widnes. They get the ball back with the tackle count restarted.
And a knock-on. Certainly Castleford really pressuring this Widnes side into mistakes. 2 and 3 Castleford men up into the tackle all the time. Tony Kemp to Steadman. Steadman thinks better of the run-around movement. And again, Mr. Connolly penalising David Hume for holding down. Well, we've certainly had enough offences for this, Joe.
We have. A lot of them have been around the play of the ball, as you say, Ray. It's just that fine line with holding down long enough and being penalised for too long. And obviously Widnes and Castleford on occasions haven't got that quite right.
David Hume, the man responsible for the penalty. But certainly the referee, Mr. Connolly, has warned the players enough times. He's been speaking to them all the way through this match, telling them about lying on. Lee Crooks then trying to take advantage. Just 28 metres out. Lee Crooks, he struck it well, and he struck it between those uprights. The roar from those Castleford fans tells you that's 2 points, and Castleford ease out again, 14 points to 2. So, the margin back to the 12 points.
Lee Crooks struck that ball very, very well from that penalty. And as you say, it just makes it that Widnes have to score twice and convert the tries to get back in the hunt.
Steve McCurry there, number 9 for Widnes, moving up very, very quickly into the tackle from the kick-off. Richard Russell wanting that ball very, very quickly there at the acting half-back. To Ketteridge. Both sides putting a lot of effort in here. A credit to both sides in these conditions. And a credit to the fitness of the two teams. Tony Kemp. Just ricocheting off a Widnes hand. And too quickly spins into touch for Simon Middleton, the Castleford wing. Castleford to Kemp. Grant Anderson. Richie Blackmore. Been well held by the Widnes defence, but here's one man who's caused problems, Ian Smales. Richard Russell to Crooks. Very hard work when you're in defence, 10 metres back, having to keep running up to take these tackles in these heavy conditions. Kemp out here to Hay. Hey, can't find the support. Mike Ford. Oh, good pass. Still Castleford on the attack. Graham Steadman. Was he pushed out of the way? It doesn't matter, because Graham Steadman, he's got the try. There was a hint of an obstruction, but such was his speed and his anticipation that Graham Steadman was in there. He got the hand, and he's got the try.
This could be the decisive try, Ray, that takes Castleford through to the semi-finals and breaks the spirit of Widnes.
18 points to 2 for Castleford. He kept going, but another full-back might not have made the full effort.
There wasn't that much on, really. Widnes had been defending well. The ball was slipped back inside. Steadman's in support. Puts a little kick through. And it's David Wayne who's flat-footed, and Steadman just beats him to the ball.
And here we see, in fact, the push almost speeds him on his way. Just beats St John Ellis to it. And Lee Crooks with another kick from in front of the posts. Calm, collected player, and he collects the 2 points. The lady there checking her watch. 20 points to 2, still plenty of time for Widnes to come back.
When Steadman gets the ball here, the Widnes line's flat. David Wayne at full-back just can't turn in those conditions to get back for the kick, and Steadman's there to pounce on the ball. In fact, he was one of 3 that could have scored that.
And on the touchline with Alan Agar, Castleford's assistant coach. Alan, given the conditions, Widnes' determination, the loss of Nick Howe, this has gone well, hasn't it?
It's going well up to now, Richard, but there's still a long way to go, and as we say, it's not over till the fat lady sings, so we've still got some work on his hands.
Just a couple of touches of class from Castleford, though.
I think so, and I think the team performances have been slightly better than Widnes's, and we've just got that little bit edge on pace, I think.
Thanks, Alan.
Alan Agar, assistant coach to John Joyner, very happy there. Crooks tangled there with Andy Ireland. And again, Michael Ford wanting to keep the play down in these corners. That's a good, sensible kick from Mike Ford, Joe.
Yeah, not only does it turn the Widnes defence round, but it makes them bring it out to this very difficult wet patch here, with sticky conditions underfoot. And it just makes it a little bit harder to advance the ball.
At this stage in the game, it really is a problem to advance upfield from conditions like this, isn't it?
It's strength sapping more than anything, Ray. You know, mentally and physically, you just feel like you can't make a break.
But these players are superbly fit as David Hume snips that ball to Ruane. Widnes did very, very well there. 30-40 yards gain. McCurry looks for support. Finds David Smith, but again Smith runs into 3 Castleford defenders. David Hume hustling through. Good inspirational run there from the Widnes skipper. And Cass wanting to get that ball played very, very quickly. Oh, Graham Steadman. Was it a hint of a knock-on? The crowd roar for it. Mr. Connolly says no. In the final quarter, Ketteridge. Relentless pressure on the Widnes defenders here in midfield. Castleford using this pack to good effect. Tony Kemp. Keith England, substitute, warming up. Graham Steadman puts a high ball under Ruane. Ruane has dropped it, it's picked up by Ellis. It's Crooks on the outside there. Mike Ford's in. Oh! Good play there by Castleford, picking up the mistake. Lee Crooks driving for the line, just held short. Still, Castleford on the attack, but Mike Ford finding conditions very, very heavy for him there. Castleford looking for that try to Ketteridge. Possibly the wrong man the ball to go to there. Possibly should have been a half-back, but he does hold up. He keeps Castleford on the attack. The 5th tackle. Steadman again trying the chip kick through. Oh, there's a chance, and it is. It's Tony Morrison. A missed kick after the good kick by Steadman, but that's support play again at his best. Tony Morrison in for the try, his 7th of the season, taking advantage of the mistake. 24-2 to Castleford, and Widnes under real pressure.
I have a feeling they'd set themselves for the drop goal here. Steadman saw the chance that the line was open for a try and the kick through, and David Wayne just didn't manage to clear it far enough, and Morrison's there on hand for his 2nd try.
Again, it was Graham Steadman sending the Widnes side backpedaling, and that kick gratefully received by Morrison. Perhaps Lee Crooks' most difficult kick here. Just 12 metres in. Taking his time. No goal. So Castleford scoreline remaining at 24 points to 2. And looking, Joe, convincing winners now, I think.
Yes, they've scored those couple of tries that have just edged them ahead and put them maybe beyond the reach of Widnes. This was a try here coming up. The Widnes line was split by the kick, and when David Wayne tried to clear the kick from behind his own line, Morrison's on hand with a missed kick to just drop on it and score the try.
Keith England there, the substitute, coming on for Martin Ketteridge. He's been sat on that bench for a good 65 minutes. He's no doubt cold. He wants to get into the action. That's a good foul. Launched Grant Anderson out there. And Paul Moriarty returns for Andy Ireland. Crooks. Oh! The neatest of dummies there from the prop forward. Imosi Kiloto striking at the ball, but all that he does is give another 6 tackles to Widnes, to Castleford.
That must be heartbreaking for the Widnes bench to watch that. They defended well for 5 tackles then, and Kiloto just puts his foot on the ball, and the tackle count goes back to 1.
Tremendous run there from the substitute and prop forward Keith England. So Castleford putting their act together now. Back to Tony Kemp. Kemp, dummy. Oh, he gets it back to Anderson. Just couldn't get his pass to Blackmore. Graham Steadman, will he try to kick again? No, he doesn't. Oh, just held up. The ball was poised to go over that line, but still, it's Castleford on the attack. It's Crooks now with a little kick. And would you believe it, the tactic pays off again for Mike Ford. We've seen that little grubber kick open up the Widnes defence 2 or 3 times this afternoon, and Mike Ford in there for his 2nd try of the afternoon. Obviously, it's been well worked out in training. 28 points to 2.
Lee Crooks this time puts it through on the foot Mike Ford knew exactly what was going to happen, raced up over the line and just pounced on the ball.
And this is the all-purpose prop forward, isn't it? Not only pass the ball, but kick the ball. And Mike Ford gets to it first. And a smile on his face.
It was interesting actually, Ray, before the game Mike Ford was out here with a few more of his three-quarter line, just practicing little kicks into the corner, and we noticed then how the ball was holding up in that in-goal area, and haven't they used it to good effect this afternoon.
And Lee Crooks gratefully accepting the chance for a further 2 points. Another kick into his locker, and it takes Castleford out now to 30 points to 2.
Lee Crooks moves towards the defensive line, and they're not sure exactly what he's going to do, but Mike Ford knew exactly what he was going to do and pounces on that ball for 4 points.
And Ford launching another attack.
On the touchline with the Castleford forward Martin Kettridge. Martin, it's a big margin, but it's not really been that kind of game, has it?
No, it's not at all. Widnes have been a very tough nut to crack. I think, you know, sometimes we could have held them early in the game. They were going to come out fired up. Phil Ladd has put a very big aggressive side out against us, and you know they've come. Excuse me, I just knocked on there. You know they've come out and they've played very, very physically. And as you say, although it's nice, 30 points to 2, it's not really a reflection of the game at all.
Semi-final now.
Well, there's still 10 minutes yet. Stranger things have happened, but you know the 3 other semi-finals tomorrow. It's very nice to be able to have a Saturday night and we can relax, and everybody else has got their games to worry about now.
Well done, Martin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Martin Kettridge being very complimentary to Widnes, and so he should be. They've played the full part here this afternoon and moving this ball around now. Faimalo just looking to put a try on the score sheet. Bobby Goulding still trying to get that ball out wide to this wing here. Ruane. David Smith. Carl Hammond. Paul Hume. Ruane, Caloto. Nice reverse pass. Ruane's got a chance here. But once again, lost ball. Play on, says Mr. Connolly. And Castleford coming away again, taking advantage of these slips in handling by the Widnes side. Just 10 minutes left. Castleford comfortably leading, 30 points to 2. Mike Ford. Smales. Well, quite a lot of handling errors, but excusable.
I think so, yes. I mean, Widnes have made 14 to Castleford's 10. It is a lot of handling errors, but the conditions have played a large part in that.
And that kick from Tony Kemp, just fooling David Myers there. But of course, under the rules, it doesn't matter too much because Widnes have the head and ball.
It was a good kick from Kemp here. Dave Myers decides, rather than risk the chance of knocking on in these conditions, to just let it run to touch.
And how many times have we seen Widnes in the second half valiantly and vainly trying to get away from that heavy sandy patch in the 20-metre area? And they'll get away a little further this time. The ball ripped out of the Widnes hand. Goulding takes the kick very, very quickly up to the halfway line. Just get the feeling Widnes desperate to at least put a try on the scoreboard. Goulding, good weaving run there by Goulding. Paul Moriarty. Ooh, shrugs off Keith England there, the substitute. Powerful prop forward Keith England. David Hume. Graham Steadman. David Myers did a good job there, covering, coming up, moving very quickly. Didn't allow Steadman to launch any attack. Castleford quite content, Joe, just to play safety rugby now.
I think they're going to play their clock out now and just wait for that hooter to go. It takes them through to the semi-final. They've played exceptionally well this afternoon in the conditions. So Widnes now, for that matter, but just not had the chances at the breaks to put the points on the board.
Andy Hay, the substitute, coming on for Tawera Nicow, and I think doing a very good job for his coach, John Joyner. Castleford electing to run that ball initially. Rather strange there, running the ball there, Joe.
On the last tackle, yes, but they've nothing to lose after. You know, they're up there with the points in the commanding lead, so they're allowed to try things.
Paul Hume, these forwards will be very, very tired now at this stage in the match, but plenty of spirits. David Smith still driving in as strong as ever, and the tackling still strong. Mr. Connolly having to get between him and Keith England.
There's two forces meet here. Keith England came in for a crunching tackle, was actually bounced backwards. I think the referee just called them together and said, listen, let's have a chat about this. There's no need for this stage of the game.
Mr. Connolly just telling Keith England to keep his arms down from around the neck area. And there's an indication of the pressure Widnes have been under. 153 tackles, Joe.
That's an awful lot of tackles to make. When Castleford are coming at you constantly throughout the game, and you're forced to make that many tackles, you tire in the latter stages of the game, and that's exactly what have happened. And Castleford have capitalised by scoring a few tries, as I say, later on in the game.
Martin Ketteridge back on for Lee Crooks. John Joyner, the Castleford coach, using his forwards well, with England, Ketteridge and Crooks having spells. David Myers. Lee Crooks, surely a contender for the man of the match, but one or two in this Castleford side will surely come into contention. I think Mike Ford will be strong. Crooks could be. McCurry. And David Smith, the Widnes prop forward, he's worked very hard all afternoon. McCurry again. Oh, David Hume took his eye off the ball, picked up well by Tony Kemp. Castleford then, hungry for another try. Oh, Mike Ford, he sensed that the Widnes cover were out, but good run back there by Hadley. And a stoppage in play. Mr. Connolly just saying hold the ball there. Tony Morrison takes a knock on the halfway line, and Mike Ford, man of the match. I felt he would be a contender. He and Crooks certainly ran the show for Castleford. And the two touch judges coming on, spotted an off-the-ball incident, and Mr. Connolly sending Tony Kemp to the sin bin. Well, we won't see Mr. Kemp come back. He has to spend 10 minutes there. Just less than 4 minutes remaining. Obviously an off-the-ball incident, but that's what touch judges are for in rugby league. They both obviously spotted the incident.
This is incident now in the tackle. The ball gets played. Richard Russell's an acting half-back, and then both players continue. A little bit of aggression after the ball has gone.
And Widnes driving in here, going for the line. Oh, Paul Moriarty. A try at last. And Widnes themselves down to 12 men, of course. Ruane also sent to the sin bin with Kemp, but it doesn't deter that big, powerful man from Swansea. A try at last for Widnes. Good run from Paul Moriarty. And that's no less than they deserve.
That's right, you have to say they deserve this. They took the tap quickly. They managed to get for the first time really on the outside of the Castleford defence. Paul Moriarty's got the strength and power there to take him over the line, despite the challenge right at the end there of Graham Steadman.
And the failed conversion leaves Widnes just with 6 points. 30 points to 6 for Castleford. Moriarty just giving attention to his boots. Certainly a tribute to the man's fitness to come up with a run like that. Just 2 minutes remaining. And Castleford proving the bookmakers' odds of 7-2 to win the Silk Cut Challenge Cup just about right. These Yorkshiremen under John Joyne have been playing a fine brand of rugby this year. They'll take some knocking off the Wembley Trail. But all credit to Widnes, Joe, they're still coming forward, aren't they?
Yeah, they stuck to their guns. They put an excellent performance despite the scoreline. They've worked very, very hard, and I'm sure Phil Lauder will be pleased with the effort they have put in.
Goulding. Just a minute remaining. The players, I think, now very, very tired, just waiting for that final hooter. And you, Joe, you've got 80 minutes to do tomorrow, Featherstone Rovers.
Yeah, the Wigan team, we know that that's going to be a very hard game. The only plus we've got maybe is it's a central part, which is a bonus. The quarter-finals are always a difficult stage of the competition, but at least Castleford now, like Mr. Kettridge said, have gone through with this win and they're in the semi-final already.
And how would you fancy meeting Castleford? Possibly at Wembley?
It would be nice, but as I said, we've got Featherstone Rovers first, and that's a big hurdle we've got to cross before we start thinking about things in the future.
Yeah, 1-1, yeah. Going Kyle.
Castleford still looking to open up this Widnes defence. And certainly Widnes have fought back this second half.
Yeah, possession shows that they've tried the hardest there to come back. They've kept hold of that ball and attacked Castleford as much as they could, but really in vain, really, because Castleford, with Widnes tiring with the amount of defence they've had to do, have scored those extra tries.
And a good run here from Adrian Hadley in midfield. He was looking to try to move that ball out wide, but not a lot of support. But still Widnes coming forward. Bobby Goulding. A lot of these Widnes players, they've been out injured for lengthy periods, so all credit to the fitness work at Norton Park. They've stuck in here. And scrum down. Into injury time now. And as we might expect, a lot of scrums for the modern game, 20, Joe.
It is a lot of scrums to be seen in one game, but that is due to the handling errors and the drop ball with the conditions, I think.
Anderson. That was a good tackle at this stage of the game from Paul Hume. And those handling errors, well, they have crept up, but all credit to both sides. They've kept the ball moving. A good open game in these conditions. One must expect handling errors on a day like this. Ketteridge. Richard Russell just holding the ball there for Castleford. They'll not want any injuries now at this late stage. Perhaps a long kick downfield from Stedman. It is. Sends David Myers back. He's got to recover quickly. And it's a dropout, but I don't think we'll need the dropout. There is the full-time hooter. A hard, tough game, despite that scoreline. I don't think Castleford will be too bothered who they meet in Monday's semi-final Challenge Cup draw. And that man, Mike Ford, puts a smile on the Castleford faces. 2 tries from Ford, the inspiration behind the scrum. His kicks, his try, Graham Stedman, a little too lively for the Widnes side. But all credit to this Widnes team. They worked hard, they tried hard, and they showed why they have such a good record in this Cup Challenge Cup. It's been a gruelling 80 minutes. We can see it there from Marlow and Myers, but 30 points to 6 for Castleford.
Castleford.